Okay, now I want to talk about what is happening in our country, part two of Occupy the Church. And I want to speak about what I think about the church, and also again why politicians should not be allowed in church. And now I'm looking at it in a spiritual part, because the first one was physical, which is more of the corruption and their behaviors. Now this one I'm going to be talking about the spiritual part. It there are things in the spirit that we cannot be able to explain, but we know that these things happen. For example, we know that witchcraft does exist. We've had actually a case in the Kenyan court whereby um, a guy, an opponent, sued the other person in an election, and he said that this politician had used witchcraft when they were running for the office, and the guy who won is said to have used witchcraft so that he can win. And actually, that case, the person who had gone to court actually won, which means these things do happen. And there are communities that really believe that this happens. And now, because these are spiritual things, the and then recently, in the last election, there was a governor that was in the social media who was also, there was a video showing of him naked on social media, and there's apparently it's a witch doctor who had told him to do these things. So that's what the video alleged. So which means these forces of witchcraft are commonly used in the political arena. And when we talk about witchcraft, that means you are going to a different altar than the altar of God. And when I was growing up, it was common talk that politicians used to go to these places so that they can win elections, that kind of a thing. So now, having that in mind, and you do not know who went or who did not go, and the church people know and have heard these stories, but you will see them inviting the same politicians who may have been implicated in this kind of thing coming into their churches, because I'm not saying all, some of our church leaders seem to have placed the living God with a God of money and power, because I mean everybody want to be powerful, and they seem to forget that God has power. So if this politician went to the altar of witchcraft, because every time they go and practice those things, there's an altar there that they are serving, and then you bring this person into the altar of God, which, how is it that this person is supposed to be coming to your church? How I look at it, I look at it spiritually, that this person, because you never know, he likely knows that your church is empty. He likely knows that you have done so many things that have annoyed God, and that your church will do nothing to his evil powers. Okay? So when they come to church, if you notice, most of the time, their behavior is, they have no respect for the church. Okay? They have no respect for the church, because you never know where these people go, and you are inviting them. I'm talking like this based on what we have seen, what we have heard. Okay? And matters of spiritual things are very hard to point out that this one went to the witch doctor, this one did not go. But I'm just saying that the other reason I don't believe politicians should be invited in the pulpit You can invite them outside your church, at your social halls, but not at the worship place where where worship takes place, because you do not know where this person went. Okay, you do not know which gods this person serves, but you have gone ahead and sorry, you've gone ahead and invited him, and he may be representing a different altar. You also have, and it's not just the politicians, any person that stands at that altar, you have to know. But now the problem is, even that preacher who is standing at that altar, maybe they're not even serving God. Because why would you invite someone who, when he's at a political arena, he's abusing everybody? How is it that you're bringing the same kind of language into the church, into the place of worship? That is why we do not want these people in the church. We are not saying that we are good people and they are the bad people. What we are saying is, we need you to realize by their behavior, by what we have read in the newspaper, by what we have seen, a politician will get in the pulpit and start abusing the other one. Okay, so how is it that this is being allowed in our churches? You are this word is hard. You are destroying you are making the holy place impure. That's what I can call it. That you're making the place of worship be contaminated, and that place should remain holy. It should only be for the service of God. If there's anything that needs to be done in that church, let it be done outside. And everything we do in church is about spiritual nourishment, not suckers. This politician, it's all about spiritual nourishment. In the political arena, outside there in the barazas, let them do whatever they want to do. But don't bring this kind of talk into the church. Thank you.